Hey friends, this video is all about how to stay grounded when it's feeling like Groundhog's Day every single day in your house. Same people. How do you just continue to maintain the love in your heart, the mutual respect, the appreciation and love for each other? How do we keep that staying lit? When this quarantine stuff first started, my husband was out of work. He still is out of work. He's a musician, so he was always out of the house, and this was my empire, right? And so things really shifted when this all went down. And I've just noticed so much about myself and what wanted to be revealed. And there were parts of me that were feeling a little bit neglected because my husband was using his time to work on his craft, practice hours a day. He had this whole routine set up, and I was like, this is our time to go on adventures, man. Like, let's do this. Let's plug it in the schedule. Like, I guess I was feeling a little bit unloved, and in that particular way. And what we both came to realize when we compromised with our schedule. We are actually working 4 days. Day 5 is date day. See, now we're on a 5-day schedule. This is what's up. 5-day weeks now. Weeks don't matter. You get to make your own week. But what I realized actually is that everything that I wanted in him was not something that he could give me, because I wanted him to change. I wanted him to be a different person. I wanted him to be the person that wanted the exact same things as me. And because he didn't already prioritize that or feel excited about that in the same way that I felt excited about it, I was like, you don't love me, right? Like, just absurdity, right? Like, I judged him for being somebody that he wasn't. And that's kind of the deal with relationships. I actually believe that no one is fully 100% compatible, because we are all so unique as humans, and only we can give ourselves the kind of love that we need. And that was the lesson out of this, was I actually needed more adventure for myself. I needed to have adventures with myself. And I was looking to him to give me that. And he didn't need to give me that. We actually just needed to figure out a schedule. And so it's interesting, because even with the socks on the floor and the routine stuff and all those little minute details of being in a relationship that can often get overblown because we create so much meaning around everything, even that stuff, there's always stuff where we can take our power back. So if we are annoyed at other people's socks that they're leaving on the ground, it's actually not even the socks that we're annoyed at. We're annoyed at what we're making that mean. And is there a way that we can look at those socks and say, I prefer those socks to be not on the ground right now. I'm just gonna pick them up and not even have an emotional charge about it. Or, hey, where in my life can I pick up my own socks? Where can I clean my room or my office, because it's that energy that I don't like, and I'm actually judging someone else and using them as a reflector of my own energy and my own shadow of what wants to be revealed about myself. So it's interesting. It feels like that is the theme of this time, because we can no longer rely on external factors to determine who we are, to make us feel loved and safe and secure. We all actually have to become monks, pretty much. We all have to find that within ourselves. Because when everything that seems to be going on in the world feels wrong, that's actually in our heads. Like, yeah, it could be happening. That's one version of reality. But what we're making it mean in our heads, we're creating a war with ourselves. So how can we take our power back and actually make things feel right in our own world? You know, how can we stop relying on our governments to make everything great again? Because yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing when like Bernie Sanders is not going to be in office. Like that ain't right. You know, things just don't feel right. But it's me that's creating. It's me that's choosing to lock into that reality. So how can we, in this time, lock into the realities that we prefer? Because it feels like every reality exists right now, right? And things are really accelerating at a rapid rate. So it's up to us to find our inner solace, to find our own inner guidance, to get still within ourselves. We can no longer rely on our jobs or our relationships to prove to us who we are. We actually have to remind ourselves on our own of who we are, and we have to give ourselves love. This may be a time where you want to just turn down the noise on social media, to just turn off your phone altogether. It seems like that's the theme of today, is just slow the fuck down, tune into your own inner guidance. Where can you give yourself love? With all of the habits and rituals that are now interrupted, we actually get to claim that space for ourselves. And so that was the message that I wanted to share with you. How can we get along with our roommates and our loved ones at this time and actually take our power back by using them as reflectors of who we are and the things that we need to work on? And how can we get along with our own inner roommates? Our own inner roommate that is creating chaos in our head and thinking that that's going to change the reality, but actually it's just locking into one version of reality. How can we lock into the version of reality that we prefer? And that's the game of life. So thanks for playing with me, and I'll see you guys next week. Videos every Saturday. What you saying? Cheers. Love you guys.